Hi, it's Heather with another installment of R-Rated Reviews, and this one is for Enterprise Truck Rental, which I didn't even know existed. Christine is in getting what the mechanic called a grocery list of things done, some of which I previously paid my last mechanic for, and a lot of money. So, I looked online. I don't know even what made me think to look, because I can't keep relying on TJ and ask. I just can't. So I looked. Enterprise rents work trucks, and when I looked online, it was pretty reasonable. They have like heavy duty pickup trucks, regular pickup trucks, cargo vans, all kinds of stuff like that. And then so I picked out what I needed. They let you towing capability and everything. So I picked one out. It was like $103 a day for a Sierra 2500 HD or similar. And then I always call the local guy because usually they can get you a better price. Well, I really lucked out because this guy John was so awesome. He's like, we don't have Sierras. He's like, we don't even have any pickup trucks. He's like, but online will let you pick whatever you want. And then they send it to him and he gets to call me and tell me they don't have it or he has to locate it. So they do have that stuff with their Chevys. That's why we're similar. He didn't have any available for the days that my mechanic scheduled me to bring Christine in. But he had a cargo van. And I'm like, all right, I didn't have to tow anything those days. So I figured I need something. He's like, yeah, that's like 119 or 129 a day. I'm like, oh. I'm like, the pickup truck was only 103. And he's like, oh, I could do that. Like, so easy. I didn't even ask. I just made a statement. And he's like, I could do that. I'm like, thank you. So I'm like, and he's, what time do I want to pick it up? I said, well, I got to drop it off. I said, I'm going to Uber from my mechanic over to you. So I'm estimating that that's about the time that I can get there. And he was really nice. He was like, well, where's the mechanic? I'm like, oh, it's in Balkville, whatever. He's like, I said, oh, because Enterprise will pick you up? I'm like, let me look. I'm like, it's 25 miles. I said, it's a half an hour. It's 30 minutes away. I said, I know, I get it. I'll just Uber. I'm like, it's gonna cost me $50 twice to pick up the truck, and then when I drop it back off. So he's like, why don't you call me Thursday morning, and if I'm not busy, I'll come pick you up. I'm like, well, now now you're gonna make me cry. I'm like, thank you so much. Well, I'm so exhausted that I got up at 6:30 in the morning on Thursday, did a bunch of stuff, and sat down on the couch to start paperwork and fell asleep. And guess who called me to wake me up like the Lyft driver didn't do for the airport? John from Enterprise called me and was like, do you still want that reservation? I'm like, yes, please. I'm on my way to the mechanic in 5 minutes. I'm like, I fell asleep. He came and picked me up. Super nice guy. When I opened the door of the truck, I'm like, wow, this is a gorgeous truck. I'm like, immaculately clean. Like, my dump truck's a mess. He told me on the way back to Enterprise that they will actually do long-term rentals for trucks for a week or a month. They will rent a truck for a year. And that some companies are actually opting to do that now versus buying trucks because of the insurance, the maintenance, the warranties. He's like, you can rent one of our trucks for, say, a year. And just about when the warranty is up, drop it off to us and we'll give you another new one to rent for another year if you want. I'm like, shit. I mean, I'm going to look into some pricing on that. Not for a year. I like the idea, I told him, of renting a truck for a month if I'm in the market to buy one. Because I would like to try out. A test drive for 10 minutes is not going to tell you on a daily basis what you are going to like or dislike, or what your needs are and what the trucks offer on a test drive. So I'm like, I would rent a truck for a month and like a couple of different trucks to get a feel for them. I mean, that would be smart versus buying a truck you get stuck in a payment for. But then I looked at the price of the truck. I'm like, anyway, I get to the shop with him and the gate's open, the garage is open. He's like, there's your cargo van. They're just cleaning it up for you now. I'm like, okay. We go inside, I give him my license, my credit card, and all of a sudden he's like, so I'm going to give you a pickup truck. And I'm like, why? What happened? I said, he's like, nothing. He said, I thought you didn't have any. He's like, we don't. I'm going to give you the one that I picked you up in. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I said, I thought that was yours. He's like, no. Is that going to cost me more? And he's like, no. I'm like, by the way, when he called me, he had an even better price. Cargo van went from $103 to $95 a day. I'm like, I didn't even question it. I'm like, so it's the same price? He's like, yep. I'm like, yes, please. I'm like, how come? What happened to the cargo van? This is where I get freakish. I have bad luck, but once in a while I have this rare opportunity for freakishly good luck. From the 5 minutes of the cargo van is in there and we're cleaning it, to sitting down and giving him my license and my credit card, they got a recall on the cargo van, so he couldn't give it to me, and he had to give me his company pickup truck to drive, which turns out to be, I am driving a brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD Duramax with the Allison 10-speed automatic transmission. I'm like, what? Hold on. So I wanted to look it up. I'm going to do a review on the truck at the tail end after I get used to driving it, because it's fucking cool. I went online and built one that matches this because I was curious to see what they cost. I want to drive this truck over to my client's house where the neighbor was a douchebag with his $43,000 Mercedes. Don't hit the car with your mulch. I want to drive this truck over to his house and say, don't hit the truck. This is a $60,000 truck. I want to be like, yeah, this is your Mercedes and a half, motherfucker. Fuck you. I knew trucks were expensive. I knew they were expensive. But fuck. And some guy parks next to me at Home Depot yesterday with the same truck, except he got was it High Country? Those are $80,000. This has a 4,000-pound payload, and it will conventionally tow 18,000 pounds, plus 19,500, I believe, with a gooseneck with a fifth wheel. I'm like, holy fuck. So every quarter, I get a 1-day free daily rental for a trailer at Tractor Supply. I'm going to get the free trailer from Tractor Supply so I don't have to empty mine or beat the shit out of it. I'm going to hook it up to this bitch. The guy offered me, I'm like, and I can tow? He's like, yep. He offered me the sleeve adapter because this one has a 2.5-inch sleeve. So I said no, but then I went and bought one. I'm going to hook the Tractor Supply trailer up to this truck and drive over to TJ's and fill it with all my bricks. Not all, but I'm going to make a few trips. Bricks, pavers, cinder blocks, pallets, topsoil, stone, rocks, boulders. I'm like, I can't do that with Christine. I could. I don't want to beat the shit out of that truck going up and down the hills with fucking 8,000 pounds. But the trailer capacity of Tractor Supply is like 3,000, and the payload on this is 4. So I'm like, I can make 2 trips and get the 1,100 brick pavers I have sitting there. Then I can make a 3rd trip and I can fill it. I've got like 80 cinder blocks. I have an entire pallet of 8x8x2 pavers. I'm like, I have to get my shit out of there. I'm going to be driving back and forth all weekend. So I'll tell you about the truck in another video. But Enterprise is fantastic. He was so nice. He was so nice. Went out of his, to call me and like wake me up. He didn't take a credit card for the reservation, nothing. He was just easy to work with. And then when maybe I just wasn't showing up. He called me, do you want your reservation? I'm like, you woke me up, thank you so much. And then picked me up. They're so friendly. It was really great. If you guys are ever in the market to rent a work truck, it's a separate website. It's a separate office. They don't rent regular cars there. It's enterprisetruckrental.com. They have pickup trucks that don't tow, small load, big load, towing, everything. I am so impressed. I'm so happy with this guy. And I told him I had this channel because I'm going to leave him a Google review. And he's like, oh, you're going to put it on your channel? I'm like, well, you're local. I'm like, actually, Enterprise is national. So I told him I was going to make a video, and he got all excited. So maybe I'll tell him about it. And if you guys have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Christine's going to be another $1,200. 6 of it for repairs that I made and paid for in November with my previous mechanic. They were like, don't go back to them. I can't. That's it. Have a great day.